Hi Stampers, this is Kim with Great Inkspirations. Thank you for joining me today for World Card Making Day 2024. What is World Card Making Day, you ask? Well, it was started in 2006 by Paper Crafts Magazine, and the intent was a day to encourage paper crafters who were looking forward to making their holiday cards. Today, there are all kinds of events going on online, in person. It's really grown from those humble beginnings, so to speak, in 2006. So today I just thought I would pop on here and we would talk about some cards. Now, some of you may have dies that are similar to these, that allow you to cut out multiple windows from a sheet of cardstock and then create your cards using those. And those are really nice because cards with multiple windows, there's just so many different things you can do with them. But sometimes these dies, like for example, these two, are no longer available. They are Stampin' Up! Dies and they were retired some time back. So what to do, and what if you can't find a die like that? I think you all know the answer. Use what you have. And today I made some cards, and I just used some layering circle dies that I have right here to make my windows. Now for this one, I just cut out my windows and then replaced what I'd cut out behind my images, but this one I did put the happy birthday and popped it up on some dimensionals. But for this one, I cut out my windows and I did put what I cut out behind my snowmen, but then I also cut out frames, and then I used a smaller die just to add the sentiment. So this is very easy to do, and you don't have to use circles. You can use squares, you can use rectangles, you can use ovals if you want. And you can use different sizes. I have used the same size on my samples, but you sure can use different sizes of circles. And you can use all kinds of images. Mine I have stamped and cut out and then placed in their little circles. But you could stamp, just stamp, and then just place, then you'll still have to cut it out with your die, and you could just place it in the empty area there. But let's just walk through this real quickly. I have some pieces here. I have a red card base. I have some ho-ho-hos cut out. I have a Santa. And I have this piece of white cardstock. And the first thing I did was cut out, I used this smaller die right here to cut out 3 circles. Then you may be able to see there's some embossing. I just wanted to add something a little extra. But first I die cut, then I embossed, because if you emboss and then die cut, all of your embossing will be flat. So we have this cut out. We're going to put our little circles back in here because that's what our little ho-ho-hos will go on. So what we're going to do, first I'm going to get my bone folder and really make this fold a little crisp. And just going to get this where we want it. And actually I'm going to use some temporary adhesive. I need to reach way over here and get it, because we're just want this to be held in place temporarily. And this is by Tombow, and it says removable adhesive. And you can get that at various places. I think I got mine at officesupply.com. We're just going to want to put it on here. just for placement of our little circles. Now, when you cut these out, you do not have to put them in the exact same spots. You can if you want. I didn't on this one because I didn't want the colors of the backgrounds to match. I wanted them to be a little different, but then this one ended up being, I should have flipped it the other way. It ended up being the same color, but that's okay. So now we're going to get us a little bit more of a permanent adhesive here. Now, do you have to put these circles back in? No, you do not. I just chose to do so to make my ho-ho-hos, my sentiment, to make it stand out. And on my other two cards for the snowmen, I just wanted it to look like a lot of snow around them. So I just put that in there. And then this one, I just wanted to use my colorful circles. So we'll get those in place. There's some stuff from my cutting plate on there. Now we'll just lift this up. And there are those. And now I'm going to place my Santa on here. And I think I want to put him on with dimensionals. So we'll just put a few of these on the back here. There we go. Put him right down here. And going to pop this up on dimensionals. Now, what would have been a better idea for me would have been to cut this double, to double this, so this would have been a little more sturdy. But it is cardstock, so it should do okay. So we'll just put several dimensionals on it. And one there. Pull all these backs off. Well, maybe I'll pull all the backs off. We'll have to see. And we'll have this done, so we'll be able to put it on our card. And then we'll put on our greetings. And our card will be almost finished. And I don't really have any pattern for how I put these on here. It kind of just depended on the card. Just line that up as best you can. And then we'll put our ho-ho-hos on. And I think I'm going to use dimensionals for that too. I have some smaller ones as well. May need to go back and cut some smaller ones for my H's, but I can do that later. Just pop that right here, and then we'll just keep going. And one more. And there we go. Ho, ho, ho. And there's Santa. And then Merry Christmas. And there's our Santa again. So another thing I could have done is I could have made the background white and the lettering red and then left this off. But I kind of liked it that way. So there we go. Make a multiple window card just using your regular dies. Now another thing that might look nice on here is had I cut out the frames like I did for this one in the red, that would have really made it look a little better, I think. And actually, after this video, I might go and do that. And then on my blog, you can see what that looks like. I want to thank you so much for joining me today for just my quick little video here in honor of World Card Making Day. And on my corresponding blog post, you will find the supplies I used and all the measurements and that kind of thing for these cards. And the link to that blog post will be found in the description of this video. Well, I hope you have a wonderful World Card Making Day, and until next time, stamp happy.